How y'all doing, man? Back with another story for your asses, man. So please stay tuned, baby. Because I got a lot more coming on. I got a lot of workout shit I got planned coming up real soon. And I got a lot of entrepreneurial stuff coming up, man. I just want to teach my young brothers, man, how to get it without having to rely on no type of job or none of that shit. So, man, y'all stay tuned for the content, bro. And I appreciate whoever do support me, man. I love y'all. And this is what I do it for, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I do it for the next generation so they ain't got to go through the same shit that I go through. But anyway, man, just a quick story. Because I see a lot of people doing stuff like this out of the premise that, you know what I'm saying, they think life gets better when you leave your problems behind, go find another state, go move to Timbuktu, go do what you do. I'm here to tell you, man, moving to a different state is not going to solve your fucking problems. Moving away from your problems is not going to solve your fucking problems, man. And I'm saying this from big experience, dog. Because just this past year, man, first of all, I'll even explain some of the problems that I was having, dog. So, supposedly, I'm just one who thinks different because I feel like housing is thieves. They're crooks. They take all the money that you even try and earn to make a living for yourself. You know what I'm saying? We've been on this program since Katrina, dog, and they literally railroad my sisters. They railroad me. They railroad my mama. You understand me? And this is what I try and get people to understand. That's another part of this that I want. Don't ever fucking go to government for no type of assistance. Please, I beg of any of you, don't get food stamps. Don't get none of that shit. Because at the end of the day, they just gonna try and control everything else about your life. Like, that's real stuff. They just gonna try and control every other aspect of your life. It is not worth it. Just find a way to survive. That's all I could tell you. There's plenty of ways you can get small amounts of money without having to go rely on no government checks or nothing like that. And I will explain that in another video because that's not what I'm here to talk about. I was just here to talk about housing. Man, they put a lot of problems in the hands of me, my sisters, and my mom in the last 8 years. And really, my thing is, I want to be the one that ends this shit. Because I hate it. I want to end it completely. But in doing so, I felt like maybe if I moved away, then that would be a better situation for me and my people. I felt like if I got from a place where housing was still tracking my fucking income, tracking what I do, because for some reason they wanted to track everything I do, even if I don't live here. You know, I felt like if I just left, then maybe it would turn out some type of different. You know, maybe I could get off of housing easily because I'm not fucking living here anymore, and maybe I could just go about my business, get a good, decent job, and do all this. But man, was I fucking wrong? Because I go to Bakersfield, and for a lot of you hearing this story, not even my family knows this story. That's just how open I'm trying to be with this. When I got to Bakersfield, man, there was so much that I tried to do to eliminate these problems. I tried getting my name detached from my mother's lease, through a notary, do whatever, you know what I'm saying, would not work for some specific reason because I needed to get an address change really first. But I couldn't do that unless I was off the lease, and I can't break the lease until I have a proof of residency. So I tried pretty much everything I could in my power, man. I tried fucking getting a higher paying job. Shit, I was studying to be a fucking life insurance salesman. out there. And I felt like that was going to be the job that changed my life, really, because nobody knew this but me. I was studying 4 to 8 hours a day, to be honest. Just writing notes, going back over those notes where nobody could see me. Nobody was there to hold me accountable but myself. You understand me? So that's how you know I went out there and I was a dog with this shit. I was trying to do everything that I could in my power to change my situation. You know what I'm saying? Didn't ask for nobody's handouts. Didn't ask for nobody's help. Of course, I was staying with somebody else. But even then, I didn't ask them for no money, no none of that. You understand? Anything I needed, I went out and got for myself. And anything that they did do for me, I appreciated that with a full heart. I still appreciate that because at the end of the day, nobody has to help a grown man. But I'm a grown man that can do everything for myself. So, of course, people are more willing to help me out. But that's besides the point. When I tell you I spent 3 months in Bakersfield, California, trying to make some type of traction, some type of progress to get these problems settled. You know how many problems I actually got settled out there? Fucking 0. A big fat 0. And it caused a lot of problems, man. It caused so many problems because on top of me not being able to find a job out there, not knowing that Bakersfield is one of the most terriblest places to try and start a life if you move into California. Just to put that out there, if you move into California, do not move to Bakersfield. Don't do that shit to yourself. You will not find a job for a long ass time. You'll run into so many people whose jaws you want to break. It's just not the right place to move. If you're trying to move, go to Los Angeles or something where there's ample opportunity. There's no opportunity for you in Bakersfield. All right, now that we got that out the way. Yeah, there was 0 conflict resolution that I could get to in Bakersfield. And of course, there was a lot of outlying factors, but the biggest factor was of how many roadblocks were set in front of me that were kind of out of my control, to be honest. I mean, I tried to control the things that I could control because, as you heard, I tried to get an address change. I tried to get a high-paying job for an insurance company called Bankers Life. I tried a lot of things, man. And in the end, you can't run from this shit. You cannot run from it. You just have to face this head on, man. You cannot run from your problems, dog. It will not work. These shits will follow you wherever you go. And they will stick to you like a magnet. Like nothing you have ever experienced before in your life. So, a lot of the times, some of the toughest people. Oh, shit. My bad, y'all. I done knocked over my video game. Sometimes some of the toughest people are some of the people that have the hardest time realizing this. And I consider myself pretty tough. I've been through a lot and I've survived a lot. But that was one thing that I was not prepared for. And I can say that with a good amount of certainty because when I got there, it was like a punch in my mouth. Shit, it messed me up mentally. I couldn't be a husband. I couldn't be a good nephew. I couldn't be a good son. I couldn't be a good anything because my head was so messed up. And as a man, I know y'all feel this, man. When you feel like there's nothing in your power to be done at one specific time, and you feel like all this fucking pressure is just on your shoulders, and you can't do anything about it. That's the worst feeling a man can have, dog. And it really messes with your mental, man, because it took me to a place where I've never been. I've never been the type to be arrogant or super duper angry all the time, but that's what Bakersfield brought out of me. Because I thought that moving would help my problem. I didn't think that it would solve my. I still knew that I had to put in the effort to solve my problem, but moving to a different location, and maybe it was just because of the location was bad. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, there was different factors that played into it. And maybe me and the person that I was with didn't really, you know what I'm saying, give a 100% effort into trying to do what we should have been doing to get that shit fixed. But I mean, at the end of the day, this was my spill, man. This was my thing to handle. And when I felt like I couldn't, that shit almost broke me down. So I just want to put this message out, man, to any of the young people, male or female, you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be, man. Some problems you just gotta face head on. And I know it sucks. I know it's terrible. It's so terrible. Sometimes you don't want to do that. Sometimes you just want to get away from it all. You just want to be done with it. Because it seems like it never ends. It seems like anytime you fix one problem, another one just line the hell up in a single file line. But running ain't gonna solve it. I'm still dealing with some of this shit as we speak. You understand me? And I just realized that I gotta put my head down and grind through it, because at the end of the day, running ain't gonna solve nothing. It ain't. Shit. You can run until you reach the end of the earth, and I get, well, you might not have those problems anymore. You might not. But you'll have some new ones. I guarantee your ass that. You definitely have some new ones. But yeah, you can never run away from problems, man. You can't. There will never be no fairy tale endings to leaving your problems behind where they were, because even if they stall themselves for a little while, even if they don't appear for a little while, and you go back to where you came from, you think those problems ain't gonna come back in some way or form? They coming back. Trust me. They gonna stick to you like a goddamn refrigerator magnet. So that's just my message today, man. One of my messages, one of my very many messages, is that just face them. I guarantee you'll be a lot stronger when you come out of that shit and realize that all you had to do was face them, and that'll decease them for a lifetime. A lot of the problems that you have they can be resolved for a lifetime. Trust me. Just face them. Be strong. Knock that shit out. Real talk. But that's it, man. I love y'all. Thank you for listening. Peace.